this is the final project of the analyzing demographic data for LaRosa Restaurant. I was given a data and of two sites, site X and site Y. The first thing I was requested to do was to panel freeze. Panel freeze was I had to freeze this panel right here so that once I scroll down, that panel stays permanent, stationary. It doesn't move. So it's easy for you to scroll down and compare and look at all your data. So after doing that, I was requested in the next question to create ranks. Now, creating ranks, these are the ranks that I created. The ranks for desserts per month and the ranks for the meals per month. Now, the ranks for had their own initial equation for ranks, which ranks the highest to the lowest of meals, the amount of meals. So this was the equation, Excel formula function for the ranks. And as you can see, once I click on it, it shows that the rank was for desserts all the way from the column, this column, starting with this function D3. Then the next argument was the reference, and the reference was given for the whole from D3 to D109. Now, because you don't want no error, I also included absolute reference. Absolute reference for just not the just for the row 3, right, to the row 109. And in what order? The order is right here, and the order is 1, meaning it's going to rank from 1 to all the way to 50, all the way to 100, and boom. And that's how I got my 51. And I did my autofill by just going all the way down, filling that out. I did the same thing to meals. You see the rank function, it shows that the rank number was, this was the number right here. It shows the row I chose from E3 to 109, and at what order is 1. And I did an autofill from here. That's ctrl shift and paste down, and I went all the way down and filled it out. So once I did this for the site X, I also went down to the site Y and did the ranks, and did the ranks meal, and did the ranks function equation for the desserts, the ranks function equation for the meal, and I went down and filled them all out, and that is how we came out with our ranks. Now the second question was to create a spread worksheet named compare, which I did right here, and it says calculate the difference, which this is the difference right here, and it says the percentage difference of the mean and the standard deviation for the data set X and Y for the numbers of meals and the numbers of desserts per month obtained on the same worksheet, and set up a table to list the 4 highest number of desserts per month for each data. So you can see that after creating, this is the table I had to create. I had to create the table showing the site X desserts, the site Y desserts, and the difference. and the percentage difference. But it was the percentage difference is for the mean and for the standard deviation. So I went to each site. When I scroll down right here, the mean of the z's per month. Now this is the equation for the mean per z's per month, and I also filled that by going right here, boom, and this is what we got. The next equation for the meals, number of meals per month. Then the standard deviation, this was the equation I used for the standard deviation. After using standard deviation for the whole column of data that I wanted, I also filled, boom, and this is how we got. So once I did it for the X site, I also went down to the site Y and did the same thing for the site Y. You can see the average right here. You can see the average right here. You can see the standard deviation right here, and you can see the standard deviation sample right here. Then after getting my results for the standard deviation, I came back to the compare. And once I came back to the compare, my table has been created. So for the difference, this is the difference right here. It clearly shows that my C minus B3 is my difference. And once I did that, I filled that out. It does the same thing for this equation right here. You know, C4, you know, the new value minus the old value is the difference. Now the percentage difference is the difference divided by the old value. And what's the old value? The old value is actually B3. And this is how I got it. And after I got the solution right here, I filled that out, and I came out with -7%. Now the question is it -70% accurate for the standard deviation? I really don't know. It's up to the professor to check it, or you, the leader of the team, to tell me whether my equation right here is correct. So I did the same thing for the meals, right? You can see I created the data for, I took the data from X sheet, worksheet, to the data from the mean, the standard deviation from the X sheet, and I took the standard deviation from standard deviation from the Y sheet, and took the mean from the Y sheet, and did the difference, which is the new value minus the old value, and I got 3. And I do the standard deviation, the new value minus the old value, I got 1. And the difference is the percentage difference is the difference divided by the old value. I wish I came with the result. Now coming down here, I came to the top 4 highest. The top 4 highest analysis for my extreme values. So I created this table right here, and we were requested for the top 4 values, right? The top 4 highest values was to do this right here. So this is the equation. We use the large function for the equation, and the large function, what the large function does is go in and pick the highest, the top 4 data. So the top 4 data for the site, the Z's, right, was what I got right here, right? And it plugged it in, and it did the same thing for Y. The top for data did the same thing. So you got 25, 23, 21, 21. These are the top 4s right here. So you do the same thing for everything. It collects all the data for the highest numbers, like 25, 23, 21, 21. Those are the toughest number. 25 was the toughest number for the amount of the desserts. 24 was the toughest number.